We appreciate your valuable suggestions and recommendations for topics that align with the guidelines and policies of our channel. Feel free to share your ideas, and we'll consider presenting them in our content. I invite you to subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. Your support and engagement are highly appreciated and help us continue to create quality content. Thank you in advance for your support. The documentary film will feature stories of individuals who have personally encountered this phenomenon and whose narratives have gained significant attention. This suggests the presence of a subject that warrants further investigation and examination, irrespective of whether it pertains to the reincarnation of souls or another related aspect. Reincarnation of souls is an ancient concept rooted in philosophy and religion. Its Latin origin signifies the act of entering the body once again. This idea varies in its specific details across different religions and sects, with some embracing or rejecting it. However, in this exploration, we aim to transcend the differences and diverse beliefs held by various religions and sects. Instead, we seek to uncover certain factual occurrences that have emerged within multiple societies. These instances involve children who possess vivid memories of a previous life, spanning years or even decades before their birth. These accounts have sparked significant controversy, defying religious philosophies and prompting both scientists and the scientific community to grapple with confusion. Consequently, many individuals have come to believe in this type of phenomenon, as the human mind tends to view the unknown with skepticism and struggles to comprehend that which challenges it. Perhaps many of us have come across news stories or heard anecdotes about children who make remarkable claims. These children assert that they possess memories from a life they lived and perished before their current birth. Initially, most parents tend to dismiss such assertions as fanciful imaginings. However, due to the persistent insistence of their children, some parents have embarked on journeys of investigation. To their astonishment and perplexity, they have often discovered evidence that supports their children's extraordinary recollections. Meet the extraordinary Russian child known as Boriska. Born in the city of Volgograd in 1996, Boriska displayed exceptional abilities from an early age. Just 2 weeks after birth, he amazed his parents by attempting to stand on his feet. His mother, who works as a doctor, noticed that Boriska began uttering words at only a few months old. What astonished both his parents and medical professionals was Boriska's remarkable development. By the age of 2, he demonstrated proficiency in reading, writing, and drawing. However, it was his extensive and accurate knowledge of outer space, particularly Mars, that left everyone bewildered. Boriska's mother insists that neither she nor her husband intentionally taught him about these subjects. The origin of his vast knowledge remains a mystery, as no one knows where he acquired such detailed information. Boriska made astounding claims, stating that he had lived on Mars before being reborn on Earth. According to him, he was sent to save humanity from an impending nuclear war that would devastate the planet, similar to what occurred on Mars. Additionally, Boriska mentioned having visited Egypt and emphasized that the Great Pyramid of Giza holds profound secrets. A press interview called The Camelot Project featured the young child, where he shared some intriguing statements. He recalled being involved in Martian wars, participating in airstrikes alongside a friend when he was around 14 or 15 years old. Boriska also spoke about the significant transformation that would occur once the Great Sphinx is opened, hinting at a concealed mechanism behind its ear, though his memory on the details was not precise. The mystery surrounding Boriska deepened when he seemingly disappeared. Now, at the supposed age of 23, he and his mother have become elusive, eluding the efforts of journalists to locate them. Some residents of Volgograd claim that Boriska and his mother were relocated to a remote, undisclosed village under the protection of the Russian government. These circumstances have led many individuals to ponder the validity of his claims. Let's explore the remarkable story of a child named James Lenny Gar. Born in 1998, his extraordinary journey began at the age of 3, leaving anyone who heard his tale puzzled and intrigued. It all started when James began pointing to a specific location on the map, an area in the vast Pacific Ocean, and informing his parents that his plane had crashed there. This revelation captured their attention and stirred up a mixture of curiosity and bewilderment. How could their 3-year-old child's imagination craft such a narrative, particularly one that included intricate details about his life before the supposed plane crash? It seemed improbable for the mind of a young child to fabricate such a story. Driven by their astonishment, James' parents embarked on a quest to uncover information about the area he had referenced. The outcome of their search left them in shock, forever altering their perspective. To their astonishment, James's parents discovered that their son's claims held substantial truth. They unearthed records of an American pilot named James Houston who was involved in a plane crash during World War II. This event occurred in 1945, towards the end of the war. Driven by their determination, James's parents extended their search to locate the family of the American pilot who had tragically lost his life in the crash. Eventually, they managed to connect with the pilot's parents, who confirmed that everything James had revealed about their son was indeed accurate, leaving no room for doubt. Let's delve into the story of Jenny Cockle and her Irish mother. Jenny was born in England in 1953, and from a young age, she possessed a vivid imagination, often engrossed in thoughts and ideas that surpassed what one might expect from a child her age. However, Jenny assumed that all children had dreams and fantasies similar to hers, occurring from time to time. Among these reveries, there was one recurring dream that haunted Jenny throughout her childhood and prevented her from finding peaceful sleep. This particular dream revolved around a frightful vision of her own demise. Jenny's imagination transported her to a luminous, white room adorned with an old-fashioned window. Within this setting, she experienced an overwhelming sense of detachment, as if she were far from her true home. The dream was accompanied by intense bodily pain and a struggle to breathe, yet the most distressing aspect was the looming presence of death. Jenny's sorrow and fear revolved around the children she would leave behind, imbuing the dream with a haunting aura. This peculiar dream seemed particularly remarkable for a child of Jenny's age. With each passing year, her fantasies and visions grew stronger and more vivid. They transformed within her young mind into tangible images of unfamiliar places and unknown faces. One of the clearest images depicted a small hut surrounded by trees, alongside a cluster of modest huts nearby. It appeared to be a small town, which Jenny could even sketch a map of on paper. However, the location of this town within the vast world remained unknown to her. Within the confines of her school, Jenny would often open her geography atlas and fixate on the map of Ireland. Her gaze would linger peculiarly as her finger glided slowly over the drawing, eventually coming to rest at a particular spot marked with the name Malahad. This small town, situated north of Dublin, held an inexplicable allure for Jenny. Despite never having set foot in Ireland, an irresistible force seemed to draw her towards this distant place. As Jenny journeyed through life, she carried these dreams and fantasies with her, occasionally unsettling yet persistently present. She matured into a young lady, married, and became a mother to 2 children. However, her thoughts frequently returned to the small cottage in that Irish town. The experience of motherhood intensified her connection to these old visions, particularly those featuring the young children who appeared to be her own in a previous existence. A profound longing and unease enveloped Jenny in relation to these children. In 1988, Jenny's yearning became too potent to ignore. She made the decision to embark on a visit to the town of Malahad in Ireland. The moment her feet touched the ground of that town, her long-held dreams and imaginings intertwined with reality, creating a blend of both the ethereal and the tangible. The once distant dreams of Jenny had now transformed into a vibrant reality. While some changes had taken place in the town of Malahad, its overall essence remained identical to the image etched in Jenny's mind. The most astonishing revelation occurred when she stumbled upon the very same little cottage that had frequented her dreams. Although now abandoned and dilapidated, Jenny recognized it with ease. Memories and images cascaded upon her, unveiling a vivid portrayal of a family, a husband, a wife, and 8 children, whose existence had been painted within her mind. However, the specifics of their family name and the woman she had embodied remained elusive, concealed within the depths of her recollections. Motivated by her quest for answers, Jenny resolved to write a letter to the current landowner, who held ownership of the very land upon which the cottage stood. In her letter, she sought assistance in identifying the family name that had resided within the cottage, basing her descriptions and information on the vivid imagery from her dreams. Fortuitously, luck seemed to be on her side, as she didn't have to wait long before receiving a telegram in response. The landowner's message conveyed that the descriptions provided by Jenny in her letters matched those of the family of John and Mary Sutton, along with their 8 children, who had occupied the cottage during the 1930s. It became evident to Jenny that the Sutton family she had consistently encountered in her dreams was indeed the one she sought. She recognized that Mary Sutton's soul had somehow found its way into her own body. Driven by her newfound understanding, Jenny embarked on a mission to locate Mary Sutton's children. She reached out to orphanages, churches, and hospitals in Dublin, writing numerous letters inquiring about the fate of the Sutton children. Before long, a response arrived from one of the priests, who had discovered relevant information in the church records regarding the baptism of several children belonging to the Sutton family. John, 1923, Philomena, 1925. Christopher, 1926. Francis, 1928. Bridget, 1929. Elizabeth, 1932. Jenny had a strong conviction that there were 2 additional children whose names were not recorded in the church archives. However, the information she obtained became the guiding thread that eventually led her to discover the fate of Mary Sutton's children. In her pursuit, Jenny decided to publish a small advertisement in a Dublin newspaper, listing the names of the children, hoping to gather information about them. The moment of great surprise arrived when John, Mary Sutton's second son, made a call. However, the conversation did not initially provide much encouragement, as John remained skeptical of Jenny's claims. It was challenging for him to believe that a 35-year-old woman would contact a 65-year-old man, claiming to be the reincarnation of his mother Mary, who had passed away 56 years ago. Nonetheless, John's call proved to be meaningful. Jenny provided him with contact details for his siblings Sonny, the eldest son, and Francis. Little did Sonny Sutton imagine the extraordinary conversation he would have with an English woman over the phone one evening in 1990. After the call, he appeared stunned and dazed, leaving his wife astounded and questioning his absent-minded state. With astonishment on his face, Sonny recounted, "I think I just spoke with a ghost." His voice trembling, he added, "I am sure I was just talking to my mom." During their phone conversation, Jenny mentioned private details that were known only to Sonny's mother, Mary. It seemed impossible for anyone in the world to possess such intimate knowledge about his childhood, except for Mary herself. The perplexing aspect for Sonny was how a woman born 21 years after his mother's passing and in a different country could be aware of these aspects. Cases similar to the 3 stories mentioned above periodically surface, leaving science in a state of confusion. Each person is created with an individual soul that belongs to them, and upon their death, the spirit returns to its creator. This notion excludes the hypothesis that souls enter the bodies of other individuals. Perhaps these cases involve fragmented souls that carry within them an informational memory connected to the original soul's owner, leading them to imagine living a different life. Thus, praise be to the one who creates and knows all things. We appreciate your interest in our content. If you enjoyed the information and stories we've shared, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with our latest videos and receive notifications whenever new content is released. Join our community and be part of the discussions and discoveries. Click the subscribe button to stay connected with us. Thank you for your support.